What is going on, everybody? Jimmy here. And now that all 10 and almost every scare zone has been announced for HHN33, I thought it'd be cool if we took a look at how the haunted houses are listed in the HHN33 website and then look at Horror Night Nightmares um, speculation map as to where they are going to be this year, which is kind of interesting too. Um, so the website is still kind of just whatever, in my opinion. Like we still have the Insidious banner up at the top, and but when you do get to the houses, the announcements have been wild this year as far as like the choices that were made as to how they were announced were interesting to say the least. But here we are, and it actually is a pretty solid lineup, to be fair. Like, let's be real honest. So, a silent place or a quiet place. This is going to be, I believe, based on the first two movies. I don't think day one will be referenced, or if it is, it won't be very heavily. But we're hearing things like they're going to use soundproof material and they're going to try to deaden sound in a lot of this maze, and ASL will be used a lot in this maze. I think this maze could be a sleeper maze of the year. I really do. I've enjoyed Quiet Place, the franchise. I cannot wait to see it. It says make a sound and you won't last long. Monstrous creatures hunt you down as the world of the first two films, there you go, it says right there on the website, comes to life. So day one, not featured. But the 2024 Ghostbusters Frozen Empire sure is. An ancient artifact has released a chilling new entity, Goraka. He'll stop you cold. Only Ghostbusters can keep you from getting iced. I mean, they have the kids in the parade. Trevor and Phoebe are in the parade. I'm excited that Ghostbusters is coming back. I'm excited that I hope it's in the soundstage that's always freezing, because that will, be something that plays well to Frozen Empire, I think. Insidious the further, enter the further as demons try to ensnare you. The red-faced demon will lure you into his lair. Keyface will unlock your fears and more. Out of the preview merch, this has been my favorite thing. Out of the Insidious mazes in Hollywood, it's always the maze of the year, so I'm pretty excited for that. Internal bloodlines get caught in the middle of Saskia Van Helsing and the Bride of Frankenstein as they go up against. It's going to be Dracula's daughter, the Mummy, Bride of the Mummy, female Wolfman. Like, it's going to be the Bride of Frankenstein and Van Helsing's bloodline against the rest of the monsters, all in female form. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be cool. The location in Hollywood is getting a lot of hype because it's on the soundstage that they filmed the original movies. I think that is interesting. And I think it's even more interesting considering where Horror Night Nightmares has it placed in Orlando. Monstros, you will see La Lechuza, El Sabon, and Talapucci. It's the monsters from last year in Hollywood. Monstros, they've looked fun in Hollywood. It's getting a lot of good hype here. So I'm excited. I'm also excited definitely for Slaughter Cinema. We saw at that UK press event. One of the movies is indeed that heavy metal hell. Another one is a Mardi Gras murder themed. So there you go, man. I cannot wait for those two. Um, the Museum of Deadly Exhibits, a folklore museum's newest exhibit, The Rotting Stone, has released an evil spirit that decays everything, and it's coming for you. This is one of those ones, man, kind of like Darkest Steel. I think it's in the same spot as Darkest Steel and Puppet Theater before that, where you don't think much of it, but then it ends up being really, really good. Number one on my hype list that I was most excited for, I was really excited for, was Major Sweets Candy Factory. You're chaperoning a field trip, and the kids are going to get candy samples, much like the Scare Zone that turns them rabid. I cannot wait to see what happens inside that maze. Then we have Goblin's Feast and the Triplets of Terror. Goblin's Feast, you're in a goblin village and you're going through a tavern. And the Triplets of Terror, you're going to the Barney Twiplets birthday celebration, and they're partying by recreating murders that they have committed. I mean, the Goblins one, the characters look cool. They did not show anything for the Triplets of Terror at the UK event. The same day, though, we got more, and we have 4 out of 5, but unofficially 5 out of 5 scare zones. For the park, you will go to Duality of Fear, and it's the low-key icons are Sinister with a 3 in his name, and Surreal with a 3 in his or her name, their names, respectively, making the 33 of HHN33. If you go the Surreal route, you will go to Demon Queens and then possibly Swamp of the Undead. If you're going the Sinister route, you will probably head to Torture Fair, and then the Blumhouse Scare Zone. And we also know Nocturnal Field Nightmare Circus is coming back. It is coming back, you guys. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. There will be the food and drinks. There is some merchandise available online. Of course, it's available in the parks right now too. But let's now take a look real quick of where Horror Night Nightmares, who I do have a whole lot of love for because they're usually right, thought everything was going to go. So as you enter the park, we're going to go straight down the Minions Land area to Music Plaza, and then work our way around and go that way. So if we were going in that fashion, the first thing we would hit was the Duality of Fear Scare Zone, much where Oddfellow was last year. On our left, we would have a Monstrous, A Quiet Place, and then as we went further down towards the Torture Fair Scare Zone, you would have Ghostbusters, Insidious, and Triplets of Terror. So that is your opening drag that we have seen before. And then with Triplets of Terror, you have going the Torture Fair, like we said, Scare Zone, going down the San Francisco area, New York to San Francisco area of the park. You will eventually run into Sweets Candy Factory, where Fast and Furious is, and the Blumhouse Scare Zone. If you keep working your way around, you'll pass Diagon Alley. If you go into Diagon Alley, the Death Eaters will be in there. If you keep working your way around, you come to the Nightmare Fuel show, and this is where I thought it was interesting. They have the external bloodlines, the Universal Monster Maze, in a sprung tent. And this is the one maze that Hollywood has in a soundstage, in a famous soundstage at that. And they are answering, they being Universal Orlando, by sticking it in a sprung tent. It's just interesting to me. So then you have Goblin's Feast, Slaughter Cinema, Swamp of the Dead in Central Park, and then the Demon Queens in Hollywood. All in all, it looks great, man. I am excited for HHN33. Let me know what you guys are thinking. What are you excited for? Not that excited for? Whatever. All right. Take care.